Samanta Chakravalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Sandhamang Munirajase Sunangtu Sagga Mukkadang Dhammasavana kalo ayang bhadanta Dhammasavana kalo ayang bhadanta Dhammasavana kalo ayang bhadanta Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Anto Jata Bahi Jata Jataya Jalita Paja Kankangotama Puchama Koi mang vijataye jatang Sile patittaya narosapanyo Chittang panyang ca bhavayang Atapinipako bhikkhu Soy mang vijataye jatang ti. Dear friends in Dhamma, we are going to listen great Dhamma talk today. We are normally delivering Dhamma talk every Monday at 8 p.m. Here in Ottawa Theravada Buddhist Vihara. We are delivering Dhamma talk for everybody can hear this Dhamma talk carefully. So this is what a wonderful understanding of Dhamma to gain more peaceful, to gain more happiness to your life. That is what meaning of listening Dhamma. It is very important to hearing Dhamma as much as possible in your life. That contains a lot of knowledge, a lot of understandable facts that includes to every Dhamma talk. You can hear and you can read Dhamma, especially. You have to retention Dhamma. That means the Lord Buddha said once occasion, Sutta Datta Parichita Manasanu Pekkitabba. Sutta Datta Vachasa Parichita Manasanu Pekkitabba. That is what we have to do when we are listening Dhamma. Sutta, that means listening or hearing. That is very important. The first item is Sutta, hearing. And then the second part of Dhamma sermon, Sutta Datta, which means retention, the bearable the bearing to the mind, bearing inside of mind. That means data, something bearing, right? Conclude, that means inclusion of something inside of mindset. That is meaning of data. Vachasa parichita. So that means practicing orally, right? We have to discuss Dhamma always as much as possible, right? We have to find a time to discuss Dhamma, and we have to gather with Dhamma friends who are interesting to discuss Dhamma. That means Vachasa parichita, right? Manasanu pekkitabba, remembering, right? So we have to first listen, and then second, we have to bear the Dhamma inside of our mind, and then Vachasa parichita, that means we have to practice verbally, and then the final part is Manasanu pekkitabba, remembering. We have to memorize what we have heard, right? So that's very important thing. Sometimes forgetting some Dhamma words, or sometimes we are erasing some types of doctrinal parts from our mindset. That is what the Buddha said. To remembering is very important part of hearing Dhamma sermons. That's what we have to follow up those four parts. When we are listening, when we are hearing doctrines, whenever in our lifetime. That is very important. Sutta data vachasa parichita manasanu pekkitabba. So today I'm going to describe about threefold training, which means in Pali, tisikha. That's very important part. We have to practice. We have to learn about them. The threefold training. The first one is sila, morality. We are discussing what is the meaning of sila. The second one is samadhi, which means concentration, collectedness of mind. Samadhi. And then third one is panya, which means wisdom, right? So we can describe another way, panya, it is intuitive knowledge of mind, right? Those three part of practicing is very important for the Buddhist. As a Buddhist, we have to practice all these three parts in our life. That leads to ultimate truth of Nibbana, to attain ultimate truth of Nibbana, to attain enlightenment. These three types of practicing methods can be leads to understand ultimate truth of suffering, right? So these threefold training factors can be transformed human to a positive way, right? That's the major role of these three factors. So there is a special sutta called Jata Sutta. in Samyutta Nikaya. So that sutta described these three factors especially. On the one occasion, the Lord Buddha dwelling at Jetavanaramaya, at midnight, one of the god came to meet the Buddha, and then having bowed down to the Buddha, he asked one of the special question that he had faced. The question is, I have chanted at the beginning of my Dhamma sermon. That question is, Anto jata bahijata jataya jalita paja kankang gotam puchama koimang vijate jatang. Dear Lord Buddha, the human beings are facing to problems. They're inside of mind and outside. There are so many problems the people are facing by their mind and outside. So who can able to find the way how to resolve all those problems? That was the question. Simply we can understand there are so many questions in and out. How to find out way, what is the resolutions of all those problems? That's the question. The Buddha answered to this question like this: Sile patitthaaya naro sapanyo chittang panyancha bhavayang atapi nipako bhikkhu soimang vijate jatang. That is what the Buddha said. Sile patitthaaya naro sapanyo. Someone who has great wisdom, they are the person who can find out way how to resolve all the questions with using of these threefold training methods. That was the response for this question. And then hearing this resolution from Buddha, that God was understood what's the best answer for his question. So as a Buddhist, these are primitive fundamentals we have to practice throughout our lifetime until attain Nibbana. We have to learn them, we have to practice them. So that is what the Buddha said. Pariyatti, patipatti, pativeda. Pariyatti means learning, patipatti means practicing, pativeda means understanding. Right? So when we are practicing Dhamma, when we are listening Dhamma, we have to learn them, we have to practice them, we have to understand them with wisely. That's very important. It's not normal knowledge. That is what a special knowledge. That's why we have to understand with giving our utterly awareness to the Dhamma. We have to give our utterly careful attention to listen Dhamma. Right? That is very auspicious thing actually. So this doctrine, that means this Buddhist philosophy, is able to cure human mind. That is what the Buddha wanted to elucidate this doctrine throughout world, without considering language, without considering nations. The Buddha wanted to prevail his philosophy throughout world among human beings to cure their mind, to find out real truth, to find out real happiness for the human beings. Because among all the beings, the human beings are very special because of they have thinking mind. They have mental big capacity. That's why this Buddhist philosophy helps to get rid of all the mental suffering from human mindset. It's very important philosophy. Actually, we can explain another way. This is psychology. This is the best psychology to find the way how to understand human mind. You know, I am always explaining the mind is processing with using of intentions. There are various types of intentions. There are the lot of the gigantic ideas coming to our mindset. We cannot count what types of intentions arising to our mindset. That's not easy thing. We have to give our awareness to what types of ideas coming through our mindset. We have to control them. We cannot active all those intentions which is coming to our mindset. Every second, there are a lot of intentions arising to our mindset. Nobody can count them. Nobody can count them. That's why when we are living, while we are living in this human world, we have to give our full intuitive attention to aware all the intentions. That's very important, which means living with mindfully. The Buddha said, living with mindfully. That means we are practicing middle path, Majjhima Patipada. The Buddha explained there are 8 types of path that we have to understand, and then we have to practice them. Right? Samma Ditti, right view. Samma Sankappa, right intention. Samma Vacha, right words. Like those way. You know, these 8 types of path, 8 types of facts, concept we have to practice to eradicate all the mental defilements. That's very important thing. You know, we do not know what types of ideas coming through our mind. The Buddha said there are 3 types of mental illnesses. We can call there are 3 types of mental defilements arising to our mind. What are them? The lobha, dosa, moha. Greediness, lobha, dosa mean hatred, moha mean delusion or illusion. Those 3 types of mental issues, mental defilements, mental negative thoughts arising to our mindset. We have to understand them with giving our full attention to our ideas. We have to try them to get rid from our mind. Chitta parisuddhi, clarification of mind is very important thing that we have to do as a human being, not as a Buddhist followers actually. So, you know, as a human being, that is very important to clear our mindset by using of this great method. 3 types of training methods. The first one called, I have explained, Sila, and then second one is Samadhi, and then third one is Panya. What's the meaning of Sila? Morality. The Buddha explained in Dhammapada, Kayena sangvaro sadhu, sadhu vachaya sangvaro. Manasa sanguto sadhu, sadhu sabbatta sanguto. That is what meaning of Sila. There are 2 words, Sila, which means big ideas. So Sila gives us to transform our words and action. Kaya, mana, especially. Chitta, vachaya, kaya. Kayena sangvaro sadhu. Someone who are able to calm down with their bodily action. Kayena sangvaro sadhu, sadhu achaya sangvaro. Someone who are able to calm down with using smooth words, nice words. Manasa sangvaro sadhu. Someone who are able to think positive thoughts. Sadhu sabbatta sanguto. Those are the people who are able to control their body, mind, and words. That's the way how to practice this morality. That's why, you know, as a Buddhist, we are practicing 5 precepts. That is very important. And also, as a Buddhist, have to practice 8 types of precepts, 10 types of precepts, right? The first one is abstaining from taking life, abstraining from taking what is not given. The third one is abstraining from committing sexual misconduct. The fourth one is abstraining from engaging in false speech, abstraining from using intoxicants, alcohol, right? The sixth one is abstraining from eating after midday. The seventh one is abstraining from participating in worldly amusements. The next one is abstraining from adoring the body with ornaments and using perfumes. The ninth one is abstraining from sleeping on high-end luxurious beds. The last one we can call abstraining from accepting gold and silver. Those 10 types of regulations we can practice to develop our mind, body, words, actions, to practice positivity of our mindset, to increase mental intentions, good intentions, to practice bodily actions, to practice verbal expressions. That is what meaning of practicing morality is: transforming human beings to positive way, get rid of negative thoughts, get rid of negative actions, get rid of the verbal expressions, get rid of bad verbal expressions. They are transforming actually to bad side to good side. That is the responsibility of Sila. That is what benefits that we can gain practicing of Sila. These three parts: morality, concentration, and wisdom. These three parts gives us to transformation method. You know, the human being created by the combination of two facts. What are them? Nama and Rupa. Nama mean consciousness, Rupa mean body. These two categories combine with human beings. That means consciousness and body combine to create human being, right? So that is like someone who can able to create computer. So some persons are able to create computers and others are going to create softwares, right? and combination of both of them, softwares and hardware part, that created great computer machine. That is similar way how to create human beings to the world. The combination of Nama and Rupa are creating great human to the world. The Buddha wanted to give us how to control this human mind and human body. The Buddha gives us great advices, great accomplishments to the human beings. That's what a great philosophy is, this Buddhism. The practicing of these three types of training methods giving a lot of beneficials to the people, to the society, to the world. That's what consoling, healing all human mind. Right? So, Sila, Samadhi, the second part. Samadhi is consciousness, the collectedness of our intentions. When we are doing something, when we are speaking something, when we are thinking something, we have to focus our mind. We have to practice our mind to think only that matter, only that aspects. That is what Samadhi means. Consciousness, awareness, or we can describe another way, controlling our thoughts. When we are cooking, we have to give our full awareness for cooking. When we are reading book, we have to give our full awareness for reading that particular book. When we are listening something, it would be Dhamma talk, or it would be songs, or it would be anything else, that we have to give our awareness for listening that particular thing. When we are going somewhere, we have to give full awareness for walking, right? The Lord Buddha explained that matter, that aspects, when he was describing the sutta called Mahasatipatthana, the big essential things of mindfulness. That sutta explain Gate tite nisinne sutte jagarite hoti. Gate tite nisinne sutte jagarite sampajanakari hoti. Sampajanakari. That's what meaning. We have to give our full attention to what we are doing, what we are speaking, what we are thinking, right? So that is very important thing. We have to analyze our ideas. We have to analyze our mental and bodily actions all the way. That is why the Buddha explained us to do. We have to practice awareness. We have to practice samadhi. We have to practice consciousness. That is the meditation. That is the transformation of our good ideas from negative to positive. That is the way how to control our thoughts. Like example, the hatred, the greediness. When greediness is coming to our mindset, or when delusion is coming to our mindset, when hatred thoughts are coming to our mindset, we have to give full attention for like those mental defilements. That's the way how to practice samadhi, the second training method, consciousness. Without training of these three factors, we cannot attain ultimate truth of suffering, ultimate truth of Nibbana. The Buddha explained in Eightfold Path these three methods. The Sila, morality, included, there are three major factors in Eightfold Path. What are them? Samma Kammanta, that means right lively, which means right action. Samma Kammanta. Samma Vacha, which means right expression, right words. Samma Ajiva. That's the meaning of right livelihood. There are three types of major aspects in Eightfold Path: Samma Kammanta, Samma Vacha, Samma Ajiva. Right action, right speech or right expression, right livelihood. These three aspects are included to morality, practicing morality. As a great human, we have to practice these three qualities. They are giving a lot of benefits for human life. There are so many people finding money or other properties. That's not major responsibility in this life. That's not major duty in this life. As a human being, we have to find good methods, best methods, strategies to avoid suffering. That's the main thing in this life. That's why that God asked from Buddha, what's the way how to find out resolutions for the mental and body problems, the problems of mental and body, right? The simply Buddha explained with using of 3 words what's the good rest, what's the good answer for them. Practicing these threefold training methods is the best way how to resolve all those inside and outside problems, right? So that is what the psychology is doing, right? So the psychology is observing new methods how to find out mental and body problems. They are finding how to reduce how to reduce mental illnesses, how to reduce mental diseases from human minds, right? The 2000 years ago, the Buddha gave us best answers for them. We have to learn them, we have to practice them. Without learning or practicing, there is no any way how to improve our mental positivities, mental energies, or mental happiness, mental peacefulness, right? The third one called, the Buddha said, Panya, which means wisdom. We can simply explain that's the Panya, or in Sanskrit, Prajna. Right? In Theravada Buddhist tradition, the Panya is included to 10 paramitas. And also in Mahayana tradition, the Panya is included to in their 6 paramita, right? You know, there are 6 types of paramitas in Mahayana tradition they are following. And also they are the person who are following Theravada Buddhist tradition, they have to follow 10 types of paramitas. The Panya is included to one of them, right? So that's very important concept for human beings. They have to practice this concept also, which means wisdom. Or we can explain another way, intuitive knowledge, right? We cannot give others this Panya, right? We can give others knowledge. We can give others some understanding, but not Panya, right? That is exclusive thing. That is exclusive intention, right? So Panya is generated by their own mind, themselves. That is very important. There's big difference between knowledge, understanding, and Panya. We have to understand them. You know, there are 3 types of Panya in commentators described in their books. What are them? we can explain. The first one is Sutamaya Panya. The second one is Chintamaya Panya. The third one is Bhavanamaya Panya. We can gain wisdom with using of these three methods: Sutamaya Panya, Chintamaya Panya, Bhavanamaya Panya. While we are listening, that's the way how to gain wisdom. That's first one. That's first method. The second method is Chintamaya Panya. We have to think about the reflection or contemplation, remembering, right? Chintamaya Panya. We have to think about something. If we want to gain special knowledge about them, we have to investigate, right? Like example, the Lord Buddha wanted to, the Buddha wanted to, the Prince Siddhartha wanted to attain enlightenment. And then he would be able to find the way how to find out this enlightenment, how to get rid of all the mental sufferings from mind. So firstly, he find out a special, very great, knowledgeable three teachers. After learning all the knowledge from them, he was keenly going on way how to find out ultimate truth with using of meditation, with using of observation, Arya Pariyesana, right? The noble observation, Chintamaya Panya. That's the way how to find out wisdom. The third method is called Bhavanamaya Panya. If we are doing meditation, any types of meditation it would be, that's not matter. So if we are doing meditation, we are able to find the way what types of resolutions that we can apply for the mental issues, mental illnesses. That is how important of understanding or practicing these three ways: Sutamaya Panya, Chintamaya Panya, Bhavanamaya Panya. Listening and reflection and meditation. These three words very important to gain wisdom. Without wisdom, nobody can understand ultimate truth of Nibbana or happiness. Someone who want to practice these three types of training methods, they have to learn them, they have to practice them with using of their great efforts. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Morality, concentration, and wisdom. These three methods are very, very important to all the human being, not considering nation-wise or country-wise. Every human beings can practice these three for reduce their mental issues, right? So someone who do not have great knowledge about something or some field, they have to listen that particular subject. They have to think that particular subject, and they have to give their awareness for that particular subject. That is how to apply these 3 types of training methods to get rid of all the problematic things with using of these great strategies for our life. That is what I wanted to explain today. What is the very important responses for the mental and body problematic occasions, right? In Buddhist doctrine. That is what explained in Jata Sutta in Sangyutta Nikaya. The combination of discourses. That particular chapter is describing this sutta with giving of great beneficial for us. So I'm going to end up my Dhamma sermon today. Especially we have discussed a lot of important concept in accordance with Buddhism. That's very important to learn them, practice them day to day our life. It is completely transforming to our life to good way. That is very important. So we can listen them, we can retention them, we can practice verbally, and then finally we have to memorize them. That's the way how to practice Dhamma. That's the way how to keep understanding those Dhamma inside of our mind. So thank you so much for listening today Dhamma sermon. Finally, I wish you all beings be well and happy, and also heavenly beings sharing this good karma with listening of Dhamma. They are also attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all of you be happy and peaceful. Finally, all human beings and all heavenly beings and also all departed persons attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Akasatta cha bummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu loka sasanang abhivadana silissa niccang vaddapachayino chantaro dhamma vaddanti ayuvanno sukang balang Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevacha Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminate Samijjatu.